So I am delighted to introduce our speaker today. She's a dear friend, a religious science minister, the co-founder of Awakening Ways in Atascadero. I've been up there to their community a couple of times. I don't know, Terry, you probably never spoken at Uni 5 Cities, have you?
Yeah, years ago.
Years ago. Okay, that was before my time. Anyway, so her and her husband, Frank, have just retired recently within the last few months. And so she's going to tell us about endless blessing. So Terry, go ahead.
Namaste, everyone. Good morning. Thank you, Gail and Bob. I appreciate your music. That's the wonderful thing about Sunday morning services, isn't it? It's so filled with inspiration of all kinds. Thank you. Thank you so much for that. And I'm happy to be here. I'm so grateful to Brian for inviting me here this morning. It means a lot to me. I'm especially thankful for your topic this month. You know, virtually my whole adult life, I didn't even realize this until I started thinking about it. Almost from the time I graduated from school until now, my whole adult life has revolved around some form of teaching children, teaching adults, church, some form of teaching. And one of the rules of teaching is that you teach what it is that you most need to learn. And so I'm here to tell you this morning that I'm really grateful that gratitude is the topic this morning, because I really, really need to kind of zero in and tighten up and fluff up this idea of gratitude in my life right now. It's necessary. So I'm I'm grateful for gratitude this morning. Crazy things. And this morning is like a nice little respite for me and for my husband Frank too. Our life is absolutely crazy town at this moment in time. We just put our house on the market Friday, and so that's happening. And you know what that's like, keep everything spotless so in case somebody comes to see the house. And then we are in the midst of remodeling the house that we're moving into. And let me tell you that this experience is truly showing itself to be one of the biggest challenges of our entire lives. If I would love to talk to you if you've ever done a remodel or something like that. Well, we were really not prepared for it. And the thing is that, we thought we had it all set up. We're going to retire. We're going to move into this sweet little house that's smaller than the house we're living in now, which is smaller than the house we lived in before that. And, we're going to retire. These are the golden years, right? I was told that forever, the golden years. You kick back, you relax, you take it easy, you travel a little bit. Oh, well, maybe next year, because so far that has not been happening in our lives. We're still waiting for that. And the truth is that in all honesty, gratitude has been really hard for me to find some days. Really hard. I'm ashamed to say it because, we practice gratitude. It's one of our basic skills, isn't it, as New Thought people, practicing gratitude. But it's just been hard to come by. And I'm really grateful to Brian for his talk last week when he was talking about how, this idea of resentment can block our flow. It can keep us from feeling that gratitude because of that energy. And I realize that for me, what's happening is that my tension, my anxiety, my frustration, my fear, I mean, you name it, that my need to tear my hair out, all of those things they're blocking my ability to experience gratitude. And I know that what I need is I need to be able to find a place of peace where I can open up and experience gratitude. Because the truth is, if I don't have peace, I can't have gratitude. I'm just not open to it. There's no room for it. I'm just too full of all my other stuff, all of the negativity. There's no room for gratitude if I don't know peace. And if there's no peace, there's no gratitude. And if there's no gratitude, then you know what's going to happen? I'm just going to keep creating more of what I've already created, which isn't fun, which isn't good, which isn't what I want to experience at all. So no peace, no gratitude, no joy. That's how it rolls out. No peace, no gratitude, no joy. And the thing that we know about New Thought is that we have a way of praying. And in our prayers, what we do is we pray knowing and believing that whatever it is that we're praying for, we already have, and we give thanks for that it's already here. The Bible quote is from Mark 11:24, and it says, "Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask when you pray, believe that you receive them and you'll have them." Well, gosh, that means that I'm not going to have much, because you know why? I'm not able to believe that that's going to be possible, because I can't see it, because I'm not peaceful, because I'm not grateful. That you get this drift. So I know that what has to happen for me, and truthfully, I think all of us have come to a place sometime in our lives where where we've been unable to feel grateful, and we've been unable to find our peace. But I know that I need to carve out a place, a space of peace in my mind, in my heart. I need to find that 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 place that's cleared. I was thinking about when we prepared for when you have put your house up for sale, they do this. What do they call it? Staging, where you stage your house. Where people look at your house and they think, "Well, these people are really tidy." You've taken all the stuff off your counters and all that stuff. You've made it look really wonderful. Um, but in a way, when you live in that, you say, well, why don't I do this all the time? That's how it is in our minds. Our minds are full of clutter and junk that we don't need. And we need to create a space, and a space for peace, because gratitude comes from that still point, from that place of peace. And if it's too full of other stuff, there's not going to be that feeling. I ran across this beautiful Taoist teaching story that demonstrates this idea of creating peace for ourselves. And I thought I'd just share it with you this morning. It goes like this: that long, long ago, there was this Chinese emperor, and the emperor had, for whatever reason, uh, he just lost his peace and tranquility. He had lost his ability to focus. He was unhappy. He was irritable. He couldn't concentrate, and he couldn't really perform his duties as an emperor well. So the emperor sent for his chief counselor and told him, "Look, I can't read anymore. I can't focus. I can't seem to stop my mind from just going on and on and on. Please do something to make it stop." And so the counselor called for three of the greatest artists in the area to create paintings that would represent what it is that the emperor wanted to experience. And they were to title their paintings "True Peace and Tranquility." And so off they went, and they did their artwork, and they came back, and it was time for the showing. And so the counselor invited the emperor, and the artists were there, and one by one they were revealed. And the first painting was revealed, and this painting showed a beautiful lake, with the reflection of the sky, reflection of the clouds. There were mountains in the pictures. It was so serene. It was so lovely. And the emperor was very pleased, and he said, "Oh, how beautiful, how beautiful." And the next painting that was revealed was a painting of a fresh snowfall. And the snowfall imbued this idea of silence and stillness. If you've ever been in the snow, you know that the snow drifts actually kind of soften and deaden the sounds. It makes everything more peaceful. And the emperor loved it, and he said, "Oh, how like stillness," he said. "How beautiful." The third one came, and he pulled off the covering, and it was this roaring waterfall. Well, the counselor was panicked, and he said, "Oh no, this is not peace or tranquility at all. Take it away, take it away." But the emperor said, "No, no, 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 wait, wait. This is the perfect picture of peace and tranquility. This is exactly what I need." The counselor said, "How can that be? This is just an image of chaos and noise." But the emperor said, "No, no." He said, "Look again. Look closely." He said, "Just there, just there. Do you see that? There's a nest there. And in the nest is a bird. And the bird is sleeping." He said, "And this bird is able to sleep and rest so profoundly, even in the midst of the waterfall. This, for me, is the essence of true peace and tranquility." What a beautiful story. I, I read that and I thought, well, this is what I need to hear. This is what I need to feel. This is how I need to move through life. And maybe we all do. We need to recognize that there is within us always, always this beautiful, and we could call it we could call it today, we could call it this sweet little bird of tranquility that is dwelling right within us. And it is always there, and it's always resting. It's always peaceful, no matter what is going on out in our world. It's always there, peaceful and still. So when we can learn to connect with that, when we can learn to touch in with that, we can allow ourselves to experience what the emperor was looking for, which is true peace and tranquility. Now, what are we talking about today? We're talking about gratitude, and gratitude comes from that open space of peace and tranquility. So once we are able to connect with that small little bird in there that's so peaceful and resting and still, and then we just feel that and take a few deep breaths, we feel a sense of release, peace, serenity, and now we are open. Now we're available to feel gratitude. Perfect, perfect. A wonderful spiritual practice. And you know what I noticed about your topic this month is it's not just a topic about gratitude, it's a topic that's called showing gratitude. Showing gratitude. So the invitation is to not just talk about gratitude, not just discuss gratitude or read about gratitude. It's to practice it. It's to consciously and actively practice the art of gratitude. It's the perfect time, it's the month to do it. And hopefully beyond this month, we will continue to do it even more than we have in the past. One of the things that I I need help with sometimes is I need like a motivator, like, okay, that sounds like a really good idea. I'll do that. And then of course I don't do it. But I found this quote, and the quote was jarring a little bit. And I thought, okay, this will motivate me to practice my gratitude more. Maybe it'll help motivate you too. Here it is. What if when you woke up today, you had only the things you had thanked God for yesterday? Okay, I'm going to read it again. What if when you woke up today, you had only the things you had thanked God for yesterday? Okay, well, I shared with you what my world has been looking like. Frankly, I think I would wind up many days without anything if all I had to show for my life was what I had thanked God for the day before. It's a motivation, it's an idea, it's a concept, it's a practice, it's a way to think, to help us remember the importance of gratitude in our lives and the role it plays. The role it plays. You know, doesn't gratitude connect you with your love and your compassion? Doesn't it make you feel better? Don't we want to feel like that? So gratitude has so many benefits. How much in our world do we take for granted? I mean, I do you have gratitude journals? You know, the ones where at the end of the day you write down your 3 gratitudes at the end of the day. I used to keep one of those, and I stopped, but I still do my gratitudes right before I go to sleep. But here's the thing. If all I'm doing are the 3 gratitudes at the end of the day, what about the other, 23 hours of the day? What am I missing? What about giving thanks for the air that I breathe? What about giving thanks for my beating heart or my 5 senses that allow me to experience this wonderful life? What about my bed? I love my bed. What about the shower? What about the food I eat? What about the trees and I mean, what about all the small things there are around me that I just take for granted because I'm focusing on what isn't there instead of what is there to be grateful for? We can start adding that idea of practicing being grateful for the small things that we take for granted. We can do that right now, at any time. So showing gratitude, there's a way to do that actively. The truth is that we live very blessed lives. We are not like so many people in so many countries and so many people in this country who don't have as many blessings as we do. And we need to be aware of that. We need to recognize that this life is blessed. You know, we were blessed by God the moment we were created. We are blessed beings. Wow. That is awesome. That is so wonderful. And our lives are a blessing. And the blessings are all around us. And so now is the time for us to be grateful for those blessings because, like so many things, we forget the truth of it. And today, in this period of time, it's our time to remember all of these things, to remember our blessings. Remember the song about counting our blessings instead of sheep. We can do that and be aware of the blessings around us because they are endless, truly. I've gone many times to places and talked with people and gone to people who I was told, go to this place and you can receive a blessing. go to this woman or this man and you can receive a blessing. We say that our lives are blessed, but we are also blessed by people, we're blessed by things, we're blessed by places. It's important for us to do what I call putting ourselves in blessing's way. That just means consciously find places where when you go there, when you're with that person or you're in that space, you actively feel that sense of being blessed, putting ourselves in blessing's way. You know, if being around someone makes you feel blessed, find time to go be with that person. If going to the ocean makes you feel blessed, do that. If running or walking or riding your bike makes you feel blessed, then do that. If sitting in your yard makes you feel that, do that. Find ways to fill yourself with blessings. And then remember this, not only can we be really good at receiving all of these blessings, but we are also blessing givers ourselves. You know, everyone, what was that phrase that you had on your saying this morning from Unity, that everyone, I can't remember it now, but what I want to say is that no one is more holy than anyone else, that we are all holy, that we are all blessed, and we are all capable of not only being blessed, but of blessing others. There's no big mystery to this. You know, here's a definition. Let me see if I can find that definition. A blessing is a passing of spirit between us. A blessing is a passing of spirit between us. Well, aren't we always in the process of passing spirit between us? And don't we experience that whenever we pray for someone, whenever we offer our sacred service, whenever we sit with someone and just listen? Recognize and acknowledge for yourself that when you do these things, you are literally giving a blessing in that moment. How beautiful is that? So we get blessings and we give blessings. And why wouldn't we want to feel the way we feel when we give blessings all the time? I mean, think about a time when you remember that you received a blessing from someone or someplace or something. You know, maybe it was a person, maybe it's your pet, you know, maybe it's at the ocean, but just remember that feeling of being blessed. How wonderful is that? And why wouldn't we want to feel like that all the time? Think of a time when you were a blessing to someone else. You know, how often do you say, hey, you know, to your neighbor, I can get your mail for you while you're gone. I can pick up something at the store for you. Um, I can walk your dog. I can, you know, do whatever you need to have done. How does that feel when you offer that selfless service? And why wouldn't you want to feel like that all the time? It feels so good. So why don't we feel like that all the time? Well, we can. All we have to do is just do it. Just do it. Just add these practices consciously to our lives. Show our gratitude. Share our blessings. Life is meant to be lived. And we know in this teaching that life is holy and that life is good. And we just want our lives to just keep getting better and better and better. And one of the ways we do that is by being grateful for everything, or for as many things as we possibly can, and recognizing our blessings. You know, Rumi says there are hundreds of ways to kneel and kiss the ground. There are hundreds of ways to put ourselves in blessing's way, hundreds of ways to experience gratitude, hundreds of ways to show that gratitude, to practice. And I thought that just for a minute, I would just share a couple of ideas that you could try. You know, this is like the second week in the month, and there's the rest of the month to come for showing gratitude. Here's some things to try. Marianne Williamson, she has this wonderful two-part practice for gratitude or blessings, however you want to look at it. And she says, you know, when you're at the store, and this probably won't be a new idea for you, but it has an extra little part to it. She says, when you're at the store and you're standing in line and you notice that the person in front of you is either scolding their child, or they're being cranky with the cashier, or they're just generally being unpleasant, just love them. For our purposes this morning, we might say, just bless that person who's in front of you. Bless the person who's in front of you. Now, the other part of that practice is everyone is the person who's in front of you. Everyone on the planet is the person in front of you. So the invitation is to bless everyone and to see them all as people who are in front of you, as indeed they are. Beautiful practice. We could, you know, do you make to-do lists? I notice the older I am, the more I need to rely on those things. What do I have to do today? What do I have to do today? What if we added, give someone a blessing today to our daily to-do list? Give somebody a blessing today. And, you know, when you write it down, even if you don't have your list with you, you're more inclined to remember to do that, to consciously say, I'm going to give that person a blessing today. Don't you get the idea or the feeling that if you actually started doing this, you'd start just blessing everybody, just like Marianne Williamson suggested? We could set an intention. People get up in the morning and they set their daily intention. We could set an intention, and the intention can be to gather and scatter as many blessings as we possibly can today. Gather them to ourselves and then scatter them all through the day. Fabulous idea. Remember that blessings and gratitude all start and come from a peaceful heart. So I want to remind you to make sure that you spend time cultivating that peaceful being, cultivating that peaceful heart, so that gratitude is more readily available. Take time to notice all the small things in life. And I came across this beautiful Native American practice that says, give thanks for unknown blessings already on their way. What if we just gave thanks for the blessings that aren't even here yet, for the blessings that are coming, for the blessings that are on their way? I think my day would go much better if that's how I started my day. I have a final idea. It's something that a practice that I use. I use it all the time. It's called the breath of blessing. The breath of blessing. And basically, all it is going within yourself. I usually take a deep breath and close my eyes for just a few seconds. And I go within and I connect with spirit, with my beloved, with, you know, whatever you call that beautiful presence within you. I connect with that within. And I let it fill me. consciously fill me. And then I take a deep, deep breath. And then I exhale consciously a blessing onto whatever it is that I'm choosing to bless in the moment. It may be a person. It may be my darling cats. It may be my wonderful husband. It may be the car that I love. It could be anything, but it's a conscious blessing breath. And so before I leave you this morning, I'm going to invite us all to do that together. You know, before we began this morning, we had a virtual hug together. And so right now, I think it would be lovely if we had a virtual breath of blessing together. And so all you have, the only requirement to do this, by the way, is that you're able to breathe. I think we all qualify, so we're all breathing. So all you have to do is just go within and just, you know, if you need to put your hands over your heart to just feel that place within, or you're just aware of it right now. You know, you can feel that space, that awareness, that presence. Being in community on Sunday opens us up to feeling that openness. Feel that loving presence that's within you. Connect with it, and then take a big, deep breath. And then when you let it out as a blessing. And bless all of us. Bless all of us. Shall we do it one more time? Taking that deep breath, breathing in, and then breathing out that breath of blessing. I leave you with this blessing. With each blessing you get, may your light grow brighter. With each blessing you give, may your heart grow warmer. And with each blessed breath you take, may your world grow kinder and more peaceful. Namaste, beloveds. Thank you.